point, which I think is legitimate, is he's not an elite passer. Like KD, you saw in the playoffs when he just played those 12 or 14 minutes, whatever. Yes, the scoring, but even the passing, KD has really his overall.
Absolutely.
And Kawhi's passing has lagged other areas of his game. However, this season, I saw real improvement in that category. So he reminds me of Olajuwon in that sense. Like, if Kawhi gets to be a really good passer, who is going to be better than him over the next 3 or 4 years?
And as a former player, I always think of guys that are aware of their surroundings. And sometimes great players or players they get tunnel vision. What I have to do as a player, how can I be successful? This is all I think about. This guy is seeing himself, his improvement, the coach, the organization. He went and sat with Doc Rivers. He held the Clippers at bay. He had them at gunpoint. Said, "Yo, go get Paul George. Go get Paul George or I'm not coming." Nobody needs to know about this. Magic ain't knowing. Genie ain't knowing. Toronto ain't knowing. Drake ain't knowing. Go get me Paul George and I'm coming. And they made this happen. I mean, literally, it was ridiculous. I mean, and I think about the deal. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander
is a real good player, by the way. He's going to be a real good player.
I know the Clippers didn't want to let that kid go. And it had to be, it was one way or the other, but Kawhi put himself in that situation.
This is not just, let's form a super team. This is a 48-win team that beat a fully loaded Golden State team with a healthy KD in his prime going bananas on the league, like berserk, right? They won 2 games from that team. Now, take that team, take off Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and replace those two who are very good players.
Yeah.
Alexander, ascending, and Gallinari already good. Replace those two with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on a fully functioning unit with Doc Rivers as the coach. It's a problem.
And, I mean, even his run through the East, Philadelphia, Jimmy Butler, Embiid, Simmons, then guards Giannis. Yeah, I mean, literally, listen, we're hard on Giannis. There was nobody guarding him. Look, there were centers that couldn't guard Giannis or stop him from getting to the paint. And he guarded him and was a playmaker.
Well, to be fair to Giannis, that was a team concept. But when Kawhi was on him, Giannis was not getting anything.
Even in a team concept, that man couldn't be stopped. When you looked at the Boston Celtics, they had to put 4 or 5 guys in the paint, and then they start kicking the ball around the horn, knocking down three-pointers. Giannis had been unguardable.
I mean, LeBron did it for a minute in Miami. But who since – and Kobe did it when it mattered most. But Kawhi is like those guys in the sense that not only is he the focal point of your offense, and he's very efficient and he's clutch, but then defensively, he will take on the best player on the other team. And we just said Giannis is really a 5 more than anything. He takes on even a physical mismatch, and you cannot do a better job than what Kawhi does.
I mean, defensively, I would say for a player of his caliber, it's not even smart for him to be guarding the other player. You need him on offense. So the way he played both sides of the ball, I could argue he's the greatest two-way player defender of all time. I have not seen a guy literally go from guarding Giannis to LeBron to KD to any of these guys.
Well, LeBron did it in Miami at his best. LeBron was, but he wasn't as intense a defender as Kawhi.
LeBron is capable. Kawhi is
does it every night. He does it every night.
You hit Kawhi, he's not going. I mean, LeBron's smart. He's managing his minutes, and Kawhi's the guy who went out and did it, not even healthy on one leg, bro. And we want to say, the first goal.
By the way, that's a good point. Throughout those playoffs, Kawhi wasn't healthy. Kawhi was hopping around on a pogo stick.
Hey, Mac, load management.
Yeah, you're right.
Load management.
You're right.
He's changing the game.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, the Clippers are definitely going to be a fun team to watch this season. And with the addition of both Kawhi and PG-13, the Clippers become just the second team in NBA history to add 2 25-point-per-game players in a single offseason.
And it's also
not bad.
The last time you had, look at the time when teams who were already cohesive units had 2 attack dogs on offense who were also that way on defense, who were wing players. The Bulls, Jordan and Pippen, how did that work out? The Heat, LeBron and Wade, how did that work out? And however you think Kawhi and Paul George's skills are pitched compared to those guys, 2 wing players who play both ways like these two in their physical primes.
So that's a good point. And one thing you're always going to hear me harp on the way you win today, defense and versatility. You got 2 guys who can literally guard 1 through 5, guard any position. They're going to be taking turns. Who wants LeBron? You got him? Who wants AD? You got him? They're going to be switching off. And these guys can shoot the 3, go get it off the bounce, and defend. They play both ways. You literally couldn't have a more ideal situation.
What about the passing? See, Kawhi's
a big
passing
question.
has come along, but he's still not an elite level passer.
I would challenge the Clippers starting five if I want to say there's a problem there. Doc Rivers is going to have to scheme some real points because Pat's a decent passer. Paul George a little improved, but it's not natural for either of those guys. But defensively,
by the way, you just mentioned Patrick Beverly too.
Let's wrap this segment up because we have some more basketball to talk about next segment. Coming up on First Take, Coach K says Zion Williamson was out of shape and should not have played in the Summer League. Are the guys worried about Zion's health? That debate is next. Keep it locked right here on First Take.
King served people his new $1 crispy taco.
Burger King taco. I didn't know they made tacos.
It's super crispy.
It definitely hits the spot. It's a flavorful taco.
You mean to tell me it's only $1?
Talk about a surprise. It's Burger King's new $1 crispy taco. Only at Burger King.